Greetings and good health. I am Dr. Jarek Asarko, a pediatric and family wellness chiropractor. This is your Lifeline to Vitality, where we discuss ways to cultivate family wellness. Good day and great health. Welcome back to another edition of your Lifeline to Vitality. Today on the podcast, we're going to talk about the connection between a short leg and an upper cervical subluxation. It is often clinically noted that when there is an upper cervical subluxation present, a discrepancy in leg lengths is observed as well. It is also recognized that when the upper cervical subluxation is adjusted, the legs will often balance out. How and why a leg length discrepancy is associated with an upper cervical subluxation is based on neurophysiology and biomechanic compensations. While an anatomical short leg is possible, the majority of short legs observed are physiological in nature. Some functional cause is creating a short leg effect, not a structural variance. In chiropractic, our focus is on the neurophysiology and biomechanics of the spine and how it affects all other areas of the body in some way, shape, or form. A vertebral subluxation occurs when a spinal bone loses its normal position to one or both of the corresponding segments and interferes with nerve system communication. This malpositioning negatively affects proprioception. Proprioception is how the body communicates with the brain its position in space. When the vertebral bone subluxates, it affects all the muscles, ligaments, and structures that attach and associate with it. In general, when the upper cervical spine subluxates, it will laterally shift either left or right, move up or down, and rotate either forward or backward. This, in effect, causes the head to tilt out of balance, making the eyes unlevel. When there is a subluxation, it will stretch fibers found in the corresponding muscles, tendons, facet joints, and intervertebral discs. A vertebral subluxation disrupts four primary structures of proprioception. Receptors in these areas detect a change in static and dynamic positions. A disruption in the spine has been identified. This message of disruption is then sent through the nerve tracts up to the cerebellum. The cerebellum processes this abnormal stretch action. The cerebellum handles proprioception and motor control information. This information is then sent to the thalamus so the brain can integrate it. In general, the cerebellum tells the brain what is occurring in the body. The information from the thalamus is then sent to the sensory cortex. The sensory cortex contains information about what should be happening in the body. At this point, the brain compares what should be happening in the body to what is actually happening in the body. If the information is the same, the brain considers this normal and doesn't send a compensation response to the body. A subluxation creates a disruption between what is occurring in the body and what should be happening in the body. The brain must send a compensatory response through the motor cortex to right the wrong. The motor cortex sends a response through nerve tracts that travel through the brain stem. The tracts receive constant messages from the cerebellum and cortex to help control the regulation of muscle tone, smoothness of movement, posture, and balance. One tract in particular, the vestibulospinal tract, facilitates the contraction of postural muscles located in the low back, pelvis, and lower limb region. So when the brain interprets the upper cervical subluxation, it sends information through the vestibulospinal tract to activate muscles to help level the head and eyes. This causes a physiological shortening of the postural muscles. The result is a short leg. When we correct an upper cervical subluxation through a specific adjustment, the leg lengths can balance very quickly. This is because we are decreasing local muscle tension, which is sent by the fastest nerve fibers in the body. These nerve fibers can send neurological information between 80 to 100 meters per second, which is roughly the speed of traveling a football field in 1 second. The chiropractic adjustment helps turn compensations into proper neurophysiological and biomechanical adaptations. Thank you for listening. For even more information on how chiropractic can benefit you and your family, please check out my website, ohiospecific.com. That's ohiospecific.com. Until next time, remember to keep your head cool, feet warm, and your mind busy.